Hey guys, Jacob here at Music Around St. Charles. Gibson Guitars is a company that's been around since 1902. In 1952, they first released the Gibson Les Paul, which is one of the most famous and iconic and important guitars in history. And just as a thank you to them and all the cool stuff they give us to look at every day and to play with, we also want to thank them for their inspiration and really allowing rock music to flourish with their instruments. So stick around and we're going to check out several Gibson guitars today. Jacob again at Music Go Round in St. Charles here. We are online at musicgoroundstcharles.com. We're looking at some of our various Gibson offerings in the store today. Again, here at Music Around, most of our inventory is pre-owned, right? And so we get some really nice examples of different brands or styles of instruments over time, and Gibson is certainly one of those. A lot of controversy recently about recent years with Gibson and some stuff being not to some people's liking and whatnot, and you do notice when someone really loved a guitar that they sell us here at the store, and you could really tell when they didn't play it, and you can really tell that for example here, the ones that really play the best are kind of well loved and broken in the best. So we're going to kind of compare some different models. We have Gibsons from all over the past 40 years, really. To my right here, we have a 1997 Gibson SG that you've seen featured in another video on our channel before. Really solid, especially for the price. And it's in a cool red color that's not as common as the cherry that you see so much of. That is still really cool, but this is a special sort of a find. 1997, and that's under 4 figures. That is in the 3-digit sort of territory dollar-wise. So again, all these guitars are actually available right now at musicaroundstcharles.com, including a new addition to our store. We have a Gibson Custom Shop Les Paul Custom F, they called this one. The F stands for Faded, I believe, which is referring to this paint job here that goes from a really cool red transparent down to black. And you'll see here in a minute, we're going to plug all these guitars in, and it sounds really awesome as well. So really sharp to look at. Ebony fingerboard, really classic design, fantastic attention to detail, really cool guitar. Over here to my left, we have a bunch of our other Gibsons here. We have a 2012 Custom Shop Pro Custom. Really fabulous. Again, just kind of knocked out of the park. The Custom Shop stuff, when you can find it, is always great. It's rare to see it in a setting like this, and it just plays really fantastic. Sounds really cool. For clean or dirty stuff, we're going to give it a little bit of both, and that finish is really great. It's a bourbon sort of a burst, I believe, and not your standard tobacco burst that is, again, really cool but much more common. It's nice to see something that you don't see every day. here, we got a 2014 Gibson Les Paul Studio Florentine, semi-hollow, flat top, really uncommon sort of configuration on a production model Les Paul. And again, being Studio, that's Gibson USA, that's going to be coming in the 3-digit range. It's not a 4-digit price number guitar. So really pretty, sounds unique and different from the other ones in several ways that you'll see here when we plug it in a minute. You've seen this Les Paul before on our YouTube channel also. This is our 2009 Gibson USA Traditional Pro. Some upgraded features that they kind of added to that model, different pickups, tuning heads, and we've played that one in a video we did about an amp that we also had available in the store. And you can see all of this on our YouTube page and all of these listings again at musicaroundstcharles.com. That's a really great Les Paul for the money especially. This one here is a Gibson USA 2002 Les Paul Special. Again, flat top like the Florentine, but solid and very actually comfortable to play guitar. Very well loved, obviously, as you can tell. This is a 2002, and when we plugged it in, it sounded really, really, really great. You're going to see here in a minute how comfortable it is to rock out on. So that's a really great, for the money again, highly affordable guitar for when you're talking an American-made Gibson instrument. Maybe one of my favorite guitars in the store right now. We have a Gibson Custom Shop ES339, which is very similar to the 335, but the actual body is the same like silhouette as a Les Paul, so the same size as a Les Paul body, stylized as a semi-hollow 335-esque sort of guitar. Maybe one of my favorite ones we played today. These are all really great, but this one's super comfortable, really great setup on it. It just plays like it wants to be played, and sounds really good on the clean channel and on the dirty channel on our Marshall DSL 40 here, which you'll see in a minute. awesome 1979 ES335 Pro. Plays really, really well. The neck is really well and organically worn in. It just feels comfortable automatically and sounds killer. Sounds a lot different than a Les Paul, of course. It's a very different option to get some of those same classic Gibson vibes, but in a different way. It sounds really cool through this amp. We're going to hear that in just a second. This is a much more recent 2018 Gibson USA Les Paul Standard. Slightly less common dark blue sunburst finish, blue burst finish. And this is a fairly close to new guitar. It's been in the store for a minute, but it's one of those things where, you know, someone bought it and maybe had too many guitars, and so it ends up with us. And it's really, really, really clean. And great, just traditional Les Paul features, and it sounds really, really cool. So that's 9 different Gibson USA guitars here at Music Around in St. Charles, online at musicaroundstcharles.com. Come by and pay us a visit or visit our website. The inventory is always changing. It's very dynamic and responsive to sort of what's available locally, so you never know exactly what you're going to see. We're going to leave you with some more guitar sounds, some more Gibson guitar sounds in this week's video from musicaroundstcharles.com. Thanks so much.